Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we are going to be having a look at this massive second-gen Dodge mud truck with crane axles underneath it. Now, these crane axles are potentially the largest axles I have ever seen under a publicly released truck mod in SnowRunner. Now, speaking of publicly released, this truck, as of recording this video, is available publicly on PC on mod.io, which I'll have a link to in the description box below, and it has console files, and as we can see, there really isn't any badge on the front, so it should be console friendly. However, we have obviously no information on when it would be approved or if it would be approved and whether or not there's any issues with it. So with that being said, we may see this truck on consoles in the future, but we'll have to wait and see when that ends up happening. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the customization and then we'll take it out for a drive and see what it's all about. Now, right off the bat, you're going to start with a B- power to weight rating, which is a little low for a stock configuration of a truck like this, but if you go to the upgraded engine, it goes up to an A, and if you go up to performance, of course, it goes to S+. For something like this, I'm going to go straight to performance. I don't really see all that much of a reason to test the mid-grade engine. However, if you wanted like a slightly slower mud truck experience, you could technically go that route. Although it's kind of weird for me to call this a mud truck because it is so incredibly overbuilt. I mean, look at the suspension, look at the axles. Everything on this truck is so much more overbuilt than what you would see on your typical mud truck. It's absolutely ridiculous. So let's grab the performance engine. And gearbox-wise, you have stock, highway, and off-road. Now, suspension-wise, you have crane axles, and that is, like, literally it. There's no adjustment to this suspension, but to be honest, I don't really think you need any other options on this thing. Now, 71-inch tires are going to be your starting tire size. Now, to be fair, that's a 71-inch bogger. Then you could go to a 71-inch studded generic off-road tire, although they aren't actually studded, which is kind of weird. Now, one of the interesting things, too, is that gives you a dually setup on this thing. It's just ridiculous. Now, this is a different bogger, also in 71. You've got a 71-inch Pitbull tire, another set of 71-inch boggers with a lower profile, and then you have Maxxis Rockzillas, Trail Grapplers, and Toyo Open Countries if for whatever reason you wanted to put an all-terrain on a truck this big, which I don't know why you would, but I mean, if you wanted to, the option is there. Now, I think I'm going to actually start with these 71-inch duals because that is absolutely ridiculous. To have an actual dually setup on a truck this big, wild, absolutely wild. So we've got, let's see, custom bumper, and then custom bumper also. That's great. So let's see. I'm actually going to do this one, the one with the winch. Not even that, I mean, it would have to be the world's craziest winch to pull this thing, but still. And you could even do bumper weight if you really, really wanted to. You can also throw dually fenders on it, although they don't really cover much. They're just kind of there, you know what I mean? They're literally just kind of there to be there. Now, tailgate, we'll go ahead and put that on, and toolbox, we'll put that on as well. And then, exhaust-wise, you're going to have an axle dump, a hood stack, or dual hood stacks, or square cut stacks, or regular stacks. I'm going to do a single hood stack. And I'm sure that you would have more wheel options if you went with obviously some different wheel and tire packages, but the dually setup comes with these fuel full-blowns, as we're kind of used to seeing on pretty much every truck that has these tires. But colors-wise, oh, does it look good in red. But it looks good in just about, like, every color. I mean, this is one of those trucks that is so crazy that you pretty much can't make it look bad, I don't think. Although I do think it looks really good in that green because it kind of starts to match the axles. This green obviously matches the axles a whole lot better and is a little bit closer to like an OD green, but I think this green really brightens the truck up and makes it look really, really good. I do wish you could change the color of the shocks. I really, really wish you could change the color of the shocks. It does look really good in white too. Like, it really looks great in almost any color you could pick. Now, oh my God. That is the first time I've seen it with the camera like panned back like that. That is wild. That is, oh my, what? What? Dude, this thing is silly. This thing is so silly. All right, let's fire it up. Holy crap. That is so wild. Can it pull trailers? I doubt it. Hang on. Let's see if we can pull trailers. if this thing can pull trailers, okay, yeah, no. I was like, wait a minute, because it had the option for bumper weight, and so when I saw that option, I was like, are you telling me that you're going to be able to pull trailers? Because if this could pull trailers, like, we're on to another level of wacky at this point. Let's actually go ahead and make a left right off the bat instead of going right, because I want to see how it does in the swamp. And, alright, I think I'm going to just, actually, I'm going to just, like, ease it up to the swamp, and then I'm going to just throw it in high and let it rip. 3, 2, 1, dump the clutch and go! High is not very fast in the off-road box, but honestly, that's completely fine. Oh, dude, if you let off, though, the resistance from the transmission is too much for the engine to pick back up again. Wow, that's crazy, though. The fact that, like, and that was the off-road box in high. The stability with these duals is nuts, though. Absolutely wild. All right, let's try this back trail. Come on, come on. Oh, there you go. Thing rips, dude. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. I think it's probably gonna prefer to be in low plus. Like, it really is gonna prefer to be in low plus because, granted, this is my very first time driving this thing, and I think one of the most hilarious aspects of it is that you don't really feel like you're driving through stuff. You just feel like you're rolling over everything. Like, you literally feel like you're just flattening everything in your path. Like, normally, this little, like, you know, that little pit of mud and water will pretty much swallow up any tire. This, it goes like halfway up and it's good. Like, don't even worry about it. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. Now, I really want to see how it does in the mud. Like, that is going to be the big test for this thing. Absolutely 100%, that is going to be the big test for it. So let's make our way down to the mud. And actually, I want to do the dips obstacle backwards. Oh my, what? I did not think that was going to be that deep. That is really bad, actually. I did not think that that was going to be that deep. All right, let's try the dips obstacle backwards. We never do it the opposite direction. It's actually got pretty good flex for how big everything is. Now, granted, it's not going to be like crawler flex, but it's going to be really, really good for what it is. Yeah, I don't think you're really ever going to have to worry about high centering this thing. At least on obstacles like this, yeah. I mean, if you have to worry about high centering this, you may need to adjust your driving, or at least you may need to adjust the type of obstacles you're trying to clear, because wow. And it's so, like, I don't know what it is about second gens with gigantic tires, but they are just some of the most, oh, I clicked the wrong menu button, but they were just some of the most imposing trucks in terms of presence that you'll, like, ever freaking see. So we're into, let's see, we're into the shallow mud now, and it's actually doing really, really good. Really good. And honestly, it's just kind of rolling over everything. There's really not much to even, like, hold it back at this point. I'm going to plunge it straight into the pond. It's still good. Like, look at that. I mean, you're barely just seeing the body, but most trucks cannot keep the body above the water through the pond. That pond is ridiculously deep. Absolutely ridiculously deep. And I don't think anybody ever gives enough credit to the fact that being able to drive through that pond is a feat in itself. An actual feat in itself. Low plus actually works really, really well in the second mud pit there too. So let's drive it into the really, really deep mud in the back, because that mud is like the properly gnarly stuff. And it will spin in high, I'm sure. I'm just curious as to how long that'll take. Wow, okay, that's instant. Like, that's legitimately instant. But I mean, low plus actually does really, really, really well. Standard low. Yeah, like, that is really, really, really good. For this mud, I mean, this mud is so incredibly deep that most trucks, doesn't matter how big the tires are, will literally come in here and just get stuck. So for this thing to just, like, plow right through it, that's really, really good. Really good. Honestly, if this thing ends up making its way to consoles, I can see it becoming one of the most widely used, like, whatever you want to call it, mud trucks, mega trucks, monster trucks. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that, like, especially if you if you use the term like, and a lot of people get really, really wrapped up in the terminology, but like monster truck in particular, there's probably someone out there that's like literally screaming right now, it's not a monster truck! How dare you call it a monster truck? And I'm like, I know it's not technically a monster truck. I know it's not technically a monster truck, but I think at the end of the day, like, it's just kind of a mixture of like a monster truck, a mud truck, and a mega truck, really, because it doesn't really fit exactly into one of those categories. Let's see if you'll make your way. Wow. Actually, it has really good weight balance going up the hills, too. Like, really, really, really good weight balance. I just wanted to do, like, at least one climbing test and just see how it would go. And honestly, it's super, super impressive. All right, let's go ahead and test this thing out on the bridge jump. Now, if we end up having to take the duals off to do the bridge jump, I mean, so be it. But the first thing that we're going to have to make sure to do is switch it out to the high range gearbox, and that way we gain access to 7 gears in automatic mode, and we still get to keep our, you know, our low ranges. So really, at that point, it kind of almost makes it silly to use the off-road gearbox, because you do still retain your low ranges with the high range box. Easy. I went like full Dorifto there, but I did not Dorifto the right direction. Like, drifting the right direction was not at all part of that, like, experience. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, high with the high range box is pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty freaking quick. Let's go. Dude, she doesn't even want to move out. Like, if you're facing uphill and you shift into high at the wrong time, it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. All right, first off, is this thick boy gonna fit? Oh, yeah, okay, no problem at all. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm predicting we clear the barrels, but I don't know. There's 6th. Oh, no! Oh, I messed it up! Oh, God! Yeah, I got the duals caught on the side. And honestly, if I was to not get the duals caught on the edge, it would definitely, I think, have cleared the barrels still. But to be honest, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the suspension is doing weird things. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.